guys, and welcome back to part 2 of this epic little adventure, pushing the little tinny from Portsmouth all the way down to 80 Mile. Now 80 Mile, where we're going to get to, this is one place that not many people will ever get to venture. The beach is quite long, quite treacherous. The tide goes out an absolute country mile, and getting stuck on the beach on this trip is not something we want to happen. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the next part of this adventure.
Alright, so the anchorage we've got here tonight, it's probably not that ideal. We're quite away off the beach, as you can see. But one of the downfalls about where we are through this section, it's very flat for a long way, so the tide will go out. The tide's getting bigger, so where we sat there before, we dressed up a few fish, we had a metre of water underneath us. Tomorrow that metre will be gone, or tonight should I say, about, what was it, 7, 8 o'clock high tide, so give it 6 hours, so somewhere around midnight, 2 o'clock, somewhere around there, we'll probably be sitting on the bottom. So we've brought ourselves out a little bit further, and just hoping that the wind doesn't swing around and come from that way, or should be a bit of a bumpy sleep for us. Anyway, here's dinner tonight. Got the chips on. Yep. Fish and chips. Beer batter's done. Fresh bluebone that we caught today. I'm getting better than that. And a cold one of those. Nylic coatings. Get yourself onto it if you have a Bear Alley boat. Bloody good stuff. Good morning. Hey, 3 I think it is. Sun's just broke. I nearly broke last night. I was saying with the wind and getting stuck in here, the wind did spin around and it came from out that way and it bucked us around a fair bit last night. Anyone that's ever slept on an alley boat, it's quite noisy. So between that and getting chucked around, you get a whole lot of sleep last night. Woke up with a crack headache. That there makes it all worth it. Looking at the sun. Not so cold last night either. So anyway, got the billy on down the back here. Chugging away. Make ourselves a coffee. Bowl of muesli for breakfast this morning. We're actually going to head, we're going to go all the way as far as we want to go today, and then we're going to start working our way back. We've sort of been just cruising along the last couple of days, not sort of with any plan, but we sort of sat down last night and had a bit of a plan. That's pretty much roughly what we're going to do. So I don't know, it's 80 k's or 100 k's to get down to the point where we want to get to, which is the northern end of 80 Mile Beach, which is it's a bloody long beach, and it's a bloody nice one at that. So we'll try and get down there, get off and have a look around, and yeah, probably cook our little mud crab, I'd say.
Pretty much a sleepless night last night. Mark's taken any opportunity to catch up on a few Zeds and enjoy this weather. And by geez, was it a nice run all the way down to 80 Mile. Sitting on 23 knots, as you can see here, we were still able to achieve our 2 kilometres per litre, which is pretty epic considering the amount of weight we still had on board.
Welcome to 80 Mile Beach. We're right at the northern end of it, and obviously it extends that way 80 miles. We're trying to get ashore here, but like I was explaining to you yesterday, the hardest part about up here, it's so flat for so long. So there's still about another hour or so to go until low tide, and there's about a metre of water going to drop. And we've been, I don't know if you can see the dust in the water. It goes all the way out for about 500 metres. So that's about how far it was, about a metre deep for that long. So I don't fancy sitting here for the next 6 hours waiting for the tide to come back. So we're going to cruise on out. We were hoping to get ashore and have a look around. Not that there's much to look at, but yeah, welcome to 80 Mile Beach. Can dare say not a whole lot of people have ever been to this end It's a long way. It's a long, long way.
So here's a quick fun fact about how 80 Mile got its name. So way back prior to 1946, it was actually called 90 Mile Beach. But that coincided with a beach in Victoria that was also called 90 Mile. So to get away from any confusion, the Great Western Australians changed the name of our beach to 80 Mile. But, now here's the funny part about it. The beach is not actually 80 or 90 miles long. It actually stretches for 137 miles, or 220 kilometres in the new scale. This making it Australia's longest beach, and the world's second longest beach, to a beach in Brazil that stretches for 157 miles from Rio Grande in Brazil all the way to the border in Uruguay.
So instead of going up onto 80 Mile, we've come up onto the point here. And we flew the drone over. I'll put up some footage. Now there's just heaps of little pools here, little tide pools. So I've just got the boat sitting out there, just on the Minn Kota. Just gonna go for one. I've got the crab hook. Might be able to get a second crab. Still haven't cooked that one yet. We've got him tied up. He's in the bait tank there. So we've just got water going on him, so we're keeping him alive until we can have a feed. So hopefully we might be able to find another one here. Pretty awesome little area here. Like old mate, he's found himself a little posie until the water comes back. G'day mate, there you going? Oh, yep, catch up.
Mark and myself tried every little nook and cranny we could find for about an hour walking across these rocks and through the tide pools, but unfortunately we were unlucky and couldn't find another mud crab.
With only a slight wade out to the boat, with the tide underway again. Got our little mate here. Going to come in handy for a little bit of bluebone bait, I hope. Bloody turtles everywhere here.
After a bite of lunch, we jumped back up on the plane again and went on the hunt for some fresh fish for dinner.
So the fishing's been really slow this trip. We went back to basics. We got the hand line out. First finger mark. Didn't bother filming it. Mark straight back in. Beautiful finger mark.
Nailed that.
And I've just nailed this bloody nice GT. We wanted something a bit more tough for a curry or a sweet and sour fish tonight, but that's just way too big for what we want. But yeah, a couple of finger mark on the boat now. Might have found our little spot. It's taken us 3 days. So hopefully we can get a couple of fish. So that's what they call red cliffs. So then a bit of two minds of what we're going to do here. We're sort of starting to work our way back. The creeks, being that we're on neat tides, coming off neat tides, there's not a lot of water at all to get in them. So, which is what we wanted to do, explore the creeks. And yeah, we've got a few fish now, so we don't need to keep fishing that side of it. So we're in a little bit of two minds. We might just head up back to where we camped last night. We sort of worked our way back a little bit, so we're sort of halfway there, about a 20 or 30k run, and camp there for the night. We might have a bit of a dive and a spear tomorrow morning, and then try and head back to Portsmouth and take the boat out, get a few fish to take home, and that'll be us, I think. That's not very deep there, I don't think. Oh, that was a big rock we just went over. That was close. But yeah, so that'll be us for the night. It's yeah, a little bit disappointing. We thought the creeks would be a lot more accessible, but obviously you've got to get in, have a fish, and get the hell out quick, or you're staying there.
After a massive day on the water, we're still going into the dark just to get back somewhere half safe so we can find a good mooring for the night.
Swim sour fish tonight. Couple of packs of rice on the floor there. Quite a beautiful bluebone, sweet and sour bluebone tonight. Good morning, day 4. Bit of a wet start to the morning this morning. Now we can see it. Very, very dewy night. Dripped off the roof all night for Mark, and I was out in the open. Oh, it's a bit hard to see here, but it went straight through everything. Where my head goes up under there was dripping off everything onto my pillow. So yeah, not a real pleasant night. First night was the best night here so far, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah. Coldest but the best.
Yeah, well, coldest, so it probably wasn't the best night, but best night's sleep anyway. And yeah, we came back, as you can see, we're pretty out in the open. That's the only thing we found with this coastline. There is nowhere to hide, literally nowhere to hide. You can't get up any of the creeks with these neap tides. Just, it is what it is. We're trying to hide behind like these headlands here, because the wind was in the afternoon is coming from sort of the be the northeast, I'd say, easterly, but then through the night it turns around and ends up coming this way, which is, well, rise in the east, whatever that way is, south, a bit more of a southerly wind this morning. But anyway, got the billy on the ball down there, looks like she's just about done, she's chuffing away. Customary coffee in the morning. So this is about as close as we can get to the shore for camping. When we've done our sums with the tide and how much water was going to be left, that's about as close as you can get. So it's yeah, it's hard work here, hard work getting ashore. There's a lot of swimming, which I'm not real keen on this hour of the morning. A bit cold still, but yeah, it's been very hard work this trip.
So guys, this is what we've been battling. This is one of the creeks we've been trying to get up. So 2 days later, you wouldn't believe it, this is what it looks like now. With almost a couple of metres of water flooding up into the creeks, we're able to get up in there, have a quick look around, a quick scout, flicked a few lures, but got nothing. But then we had to get out as always, or we were stuck in there for another 6 to 8 hours.
Right, so short of throwing the kitchen sink and I'm in the creek here, we've got to go with flick lures, soft baits, hard bodies, liveys, everything. Not a whole lot more we could have done, I suppose. Run in tide, waited for the high tide, fished the run out tide, so tried both ends, nothing. So tides, obviously you can see now the mangroves, this is where we were walking before. Flicking the net, so the mangroves are out of the water now, a fair bit of it. But so yeah, we're going to head out just on the other side of this point here and put the flippers on and have a look, see if we can't find something. had a pretty wicked arvo here, spearing. We've got a bin down the back there with a few bluebone in, take home with us. But, it's bloody cold now. We've both done the trackies. Anyway, cheers. Bloody good afternoon spearfishing. I think we've got one trout. Trout's real hard to come by up here. It's probably one of the staples down Karratha way in the Pilbara, but up here seems to be bluebone and a couple of trout, whereas normally the other way around. Again, where we are. Anyway, we're going to cruise off, head back towards Portsmouth. Hopefully we can get to an area we can have a bit of a trawl and maybe get a mackie for a mate's old man for the trip home, drop off. But, anyway, cheers, and we'll see you when we're filleting fish, no doubt, or pulling in a mackie.
Another sharky.
Another sharky. How good. Second sharky we've got. We didn't film the first one. Oh yeah, we get the hooks out this time, we'll set him free. So I says to Mark, Boss Montre comes at me with a fruit cup. We're having beers. Comes at me in a fruit cup, then he goes, oh hang on, here we go. With leftover coconut. Little have you know it, I knocked up the mud crab last night. Oh look out, he's even given me a knife for the coconut. Here we go. Yeah, I knocked the mud crab up last night. And yeah, we had mud crab. Oh,
Beer and a coconut. There you go.
Beer and a coconut, there you go. Best entree you can get. Well done, Mark. Right, here we go. We got fish on for dinner again tonight. Pack of rice there. The old curry fish tonight. Bluebone again. Bluebone again. Seems to be a lot of bluebone up here. Bit of a staple. Anyway, we'll finish up this and tuck in, have a feed. Current is raging here, so we're back in the Portsmouth Creek here at the moment. And we're up to about a 6 metre tide at the moment, so 6 metres of water movement. Right, good morning. Last morning on the water. Don't have to get this boat out on the high tide today. And being that the tide's on its way in at the moment, we won't be doing any diving. We were going to have a go up and around here from the Portsmouth Creek here. But nah, it's too much water. I think it's 7 metres of movement today, so by the time we get there, it'll be about high tide. So it's an extra 7 metres of water that we're going to have to try and dive in. So we're going to shoot out. Didn't get any mackerel last night, take home for my mate's old man, so we're going to shoot out. We've got 2 or 3 hours up our sleeve. We're going to shoot out and have another trawl, see if we can't get a mackie or two. You don't have to go out a hell of a long way before you start trawling, so, and the wind's 10 knots maybe, something like that, so it's pretty good. It's not too bad. Anyway guys, we'll hit it and see if we can't reel something in. It's like living in a Chinese wash house here. Mark's just number 2'd it. We've just taken off again and we're on. How much line you got out there? Quite a bit?
Yeah.
Roger. Oh no. Done another one in. Do it, Law. Yawn. God, it literally just got up to speed and boom, was on. We'll keep trying. Name of the game. Again, another 5 minutes later. Hopefully we can make this one stick. Oh Jesus, something's on the surface there. What is that? It's an acrobatic fish. Lost it again. Oh, you still got it? Yeah. Keep that other one out the back. What is that, bear hooked or what? We don't care how we get them, as long as we get them. The old gaff ready. What you got there? Looked like it had a different tail to what we were chasing when it flicked out the water. What's that? Barracuda. Nasty. Oh well, we'll deal with this guy and get rid of him. Well, unfortunately no mackerel today. We had one hit in the barracuda and that was about it. I think overall trawling, we'll have eight hookups. Yeah, 8 hookups, but only boated 3 fish, 2 shark mackerel. And if you ever have seen a shark mackerel, if you ever cut one open, it just smells like ammonia. So it's mercury, ammonia, something like that. And it's not nice, so yeah, don't keep them. But yeah, so the 2 sharkies and the 1 barracuda boated, so not real flash on that side, but we got to hit it. I don't know if you can just see the land on the horizon in there. Somewhere in there we've got to get to and try and make this high tide, because we've still got to walk back to get the car. It's about a kilometre or something. About a kilometre walk to go back to the caravan park to get the car. So yeah, so we're going to hit it and try and chase this tide. Not sure how it's going to work. We might be waiting an hour or 2 because it might be too much water. Where the boat ramp is in the mangroves, you're sort of out on the flat, and that may be underwater at the moment. Or we could be lucky and the water could be at the little car park there and we can just back straight in and pick the boat up. Yeah, that'd be the way to do it, but we'll have to see. Otherwise, yeah, we'll have to be stuck in there for a couple of hours just waiting for the water to subside a bit so we can get to the actual ramp in the mangroves. Well, we might have just lucked this. This is actually the road you can drive out onto the beach. Yeah. Like Mark was saying before, the ultimate would be if we make it back and we can back the car down right at the boat ramp here, at the car park, which is literally right there. What have we got here? Still got 1.5 meters of water, so I reckon we're sweet. Pristine water here. This could prove to be a bit of a challenge here. It all looks sweet, but there's not a lot of water right at the edge there, so otherwise down through those mangroves there we've got to wait for all this water to drain off before we can get the boat on the trailer. So it'll either go very well here or very bad, one of the two. I'm tipping might not go well, but let's be positive. So we didn't film a lot of getting that on the trailer. Actually, we didn't film anything. It was about, how many cars turned up, Mark?
Oh, it'd be like 20, 30 cars.
Yeah, 20, 30 cars turned up. So obviously it's high tide, it's beautiful at high tide there. Nice, crystal clean water. Yeah, there's not much breeze. The sandflies are actually really generous. I think I got one in the whole time I was waiting for Mark. But so yeah, there was a massive crowd there. And this is the first time I've ever used the winch, because we drive on, drive off everywhere we go, and the rules here is don't drive your boat on. So just stick by the rules, but actually winched on really easy, which I was quite surprised with. Got that one. But yeah, so and one other cool thing about Portsmouth is there's a boat washdown area. If you got coins, which hey, who carries a few coins nowadays, not too many, there is a pressure washer here. Other than that, it's just a garden hose, and that's enough just to give everything a hose down. We'll get home tomorrow. So by the time we muck around here for a bit, pack the boat down, get everything packed away and tidied up for transport, it'll be a bit later in the arvo, so we'll cruise off, probably get about halfway home tonight. It's about 8 hours from here, 8.5 hours. Get about halfway, stop, got a few steaks in the fridge. Might cook up a bit of steak for dinner. Been eating fish and crabs for the last 5 days, 5 nights, whatever we've been away for. So it's been epic, but time for a bit of red meat. Boat stinks too. filleting fish and catching fish. So, but yeah, what an epic adventure. Portsmouth Caravan Park too. It's not the grassiest place you'll ever come, but it's probably one of the shadier caravan parks you'll come to. There's plenty of trees, plenty of bays, and like I said, on high tide it's beautiful. Even at low tide you can walk all the way out there and stand at the lagoon. So yeah, please support Portsmouth. These guys have been great. They dropped us off back down, or dropped Mark off back down at the water there for us when we left our car here, and they locked our car up for us. It's apparently it's the first time they've ever done anything like that. So shout out to Portsmouth Caravan Park, please support them.
Well, there you have it guys, that's the end of this little two-part series from Portsmouth to 80 Mile, the longest beach in Australia. As always, the merch you see on our channel, it's available at ottadventures.net, and we love and thank you guys for all your support that you've shown us buying all the merch, and even just when I'm out and about, just catching up with people saying thanks for putting the videos out, we love them, that's great. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to tell your mates, hit that like button, subscribe, share the crap out of it, and we'll see you on the next adventure guys.